President Barrett Jagdeo cites a global Bretton Woods-type institution as a critical element to pull the world out of the current economic crisis.
The Ministry of Finance receives a detailed report on CLICO Guyana's solidarity in the face of CLICO Trinidad's troubles.
And CARICOM has no plans to increase its operational budget over that of 2008 in the face of the global financial crisis.
And of course, we will bring you the latest sporting action in the Diamond Mineral Water and NCN Sport News. Hello, good evening. I am Janelle Prasad.
And I'm Paul Moore.
With this edition of the 6 o'clock news for today, Monday, February 2, 2009. Here's what's happening. Paul.
Thanks, Janelle. President Barrett Jagdeo has cited global Bretton Woods-type institution as a critical element to pull the world out of the current economic crisis. Mr. Jagdeo, speaking at the World Debate on the Global Financial Crisis in Davos, Switzerland, noted that this should be free of political influence. Here are details.
President Barrett Jagdeo has called for a less doctrinaire approach to the market and has highlighted the need for another Bretton Woods-type conference to restructure the global economy. He, however, stressed that such a body should be outside of political leadership so that there can be independent analysis of the current situation.
The political leadership, I don't think that politicians will take away the punch bowl. I don't think now or in the future, especially if they think short term, in the political cycle, even if they see problems brewing in the longer term. And you need that independent analysis.
Mr. Jagdeo highlighted that the consequences of the global economic crisis would be magnified in developing countries like Guyana. He believes that world governments need to rebuild their people's confidence in the financial system.
I think is what we do now that will reestablish that confidence. And I'm not very sure that the actions of several governments around the world are contributing to the reestablishment of confidence. Even in the United States, you had TARP, then nothing happened. Now we hear about an aggregator again to buy toxic debt. I think, first of all, we have to get down to the depth of this crisis. You have to have an assessment.
The Guyanese leader also criticized the past U.S. administration for failing to consider multilateralism and stressed the need for that approach to be changed if countries are to pull through the crisis.
I think with President Obama now, we have a chance.
We have an opportunity.
We have a chance because multilateralism is good in some cases. And this is why I will support multilateralism against political leadership in this case, because politicians are going to look to the electoral cycle. They would do the things that would get them elected. They forget about the long-term consequences.
Among the other members of the panel were Jacob Frenkel, Vice Chairman of AIG, Global Economics Monitor Nouriel Roubini, Laura Tyson, Economics Professor, and Sweden's Finance Minister, Anders Borg. The discussion was moderated by BBC's Nick Gowen. Edward Lane, the 6 o'clock news.
The Ministry of Finance has received a detailed report on CLICO Guyana's solidarity, which outlines the company's investments and business linkages. CEO of CLICO Guyana, Geeta Singh Knight, says the report shows that there is no interlink with CLICO Trinidad or CLICO Investment Bank. She contends that CLICO Guyana remains solid with a statutory fund that is in good standing. Finance Minister Dr. Ashni Singh has also expressed similar opinions, noting that CLICO and other companies have been closely monitored since the inception of the global financial crisis. Concern about CLICO's soundness arose following a takeover of CL Financial Group Trinidad, which encountered liquidity problems. Well, given the current global financial crunch, the Caribbean Community's work program for 2009-2013 will face some financial constraints. This is according to CARICOM's Secretary General, Dr. Edwin Carrington, who noted the community will not increase its budget over that of 2008. Here's that report.
The CARICOM community will have to reassess its mandate given the global financial crisis. This is according to CARICOM Secretary General, Dr. Edwin Carrington, who addressed the 23rd meeting of the Community Council of Ministers at the CARICOM Secretariat on Monday.
One of the principal tasks of this council is to approve the budget and work program of the CARICOM Secretariat. Seized as we are of the depth of the global financial and economic downturn and of its certain impact on our countries, we have taken the brave decision, despite an inflation rate of some 8%, not to request any increase in the budget for 2009 over that of 2008.
In addition to finalizing the community's budget, the Council also has to assess the work program for 2009 to 2013. Chairman of the Council and Belizean Foreign Affairs Minister Wilfred Earlington says human and economic development and agricultural investment are among the main priority areas for CARICOM.
Include economic development and competitiveness, advancing human and social development and governance. Some of the major areas to be addressed are the continued operationalization of the arrangements for the CARICOM single market, development of the strategic plan for regional development to give effect to the single development vision, transforming the agriculture sector through greater investments and increased efficiency.
Other issues on the agenda are climate change, the establishment of the CARICOM Development Fund, and opportunities under the Economic Partnership Agreement. Ex-policeman Sean Hines has been refused bail as he made an appearance before the acting Chief Magistrate Melissa Robinson charged with the abduction of a minor. Details from Adeli Rampasol.
Bail has been refused for 41-year-old Sean Hines of 46 Durban Street Lodge, who was charged with abduction. He pleaded not guilty to the charge, which states that on January 27, 2009, at Freeman Street, East La Penitence, he abducted a 13-year-old girl. Attorneys at law Glenn Hanneman and Vic Puran, who appeared on behalf of the accused in an application for bail, stated that the section under which Hines was being charged is bailable. Hanneman further stated that his client is no flight risk since he has a permanent residence. He pointed out that Hines has been cooperating with the police ever since investigations were launched. However, prosecutor Dennis Griffith objected to bail on the grounds that the accused had taken the 13-year-old girl to Temeri and committed certain acts which she refused to elaborate on. She pointed out that persons should be able to walk freely and be protected by the law. The girl is currently in police custody, while Hines is scheduled to make his next court appearance on February 6. Sean Hines was in the spotlight during 2004 raid of the alleged Phantom Squad and was later freed of charges for the murder of George Bacchus. Reporting for the NCN 6 o'clock news, Adeli Rampersad.